Welcome and congratulations. If you're watching this video, it's because you're probably getting ready for your oral comprehensive exam. This video was put together after people have sat on a number of comprehensive exams and seen students crash and burn and also be very successful in meeting their organization's expectations for defending an oral comprehensive. So, I can remember back to a day when I defended my comprehensive doctoral exam, and I was really nervous. But after sitting on several of these committees, I recognize that had I been more prepared and put in the right preparation and time and knew what to expect, I'm sure that I would have been even better than I was. So sit back, take notes, and consider some of these tips for being successful in your oral comprehensive exam. The oral comprehensive exam's main purpose really is to show competency in your organization's or your institution's learning outcomes. The reputation of your institution is on the line every time they let a student graduate. The exam really is about showing competence in being more professional. Public speaking is a highly desired skill. And as you're going to hear, practice, preparation, and reviewing the rubric that comes with your comprehensive oral exam is really key. So we're going to talk about what to expect during your oral comprehensive exam and then moving forward. So let's talk about the purpose of the comprehensive exams a little bit better. As mentioned earlier, it really is about helping you and your professors and directors and anyone in your program illuminate your understanding of core competencies and key concepts and theories from your program. It really is about showing mastery in an academic discipline. Each of us brings competency into the programs when we start, but it's the knowledge and skills and abilities that we leave with that are most important. So keep this in mind as you prepare for your comprehensive oral exam. Really take a look at the classes that you've taken, the course learning outcomes, and especially the theories and concepts of those courses. What did you learn? What were you supposed to have walked away with? And know that your professors who are reviewing your oral comprehensive exam, they're listening for those key concepts. What did you research? And what problems did you solve as you wrote your comprehensive paper? Your committee probably is going to want to know what you know and what you really learned. You'll also develop interpersonal skills, such as giving presentations. How good are you at giving presentations? I suspect if you're graduating from a doctoral program, your professors want you to leave representing your university with excellent interpersonal skills and presentation abilities. So make sure you're following the directions that come with your rubric in your final exam. Review it carefully. Remember, every student that graduates from your institution is a representative of the institution, and therefore it really benefits you to do your part in making sure you know what you're supposed to know when you leave. It helps with accreditation. It helps future graduates who choose your institution keep your institution with a reputation of excellence and looking strong. Remember, quality matters. Little things can be big things in a doctoral program, especially if you think about people may be reviewing materials that you publish. Do you really know what you're talking about? So make sure you show that you have understanding of what quality looks like as it relates to what your professors and directors and deans are expecting in your program. And the key, of course, is to be prepared. Speaking of evidence of professionalism, how good are you at public speaking? Do you say and ah? Are you reading your notes word for word? Are you putting an emphasis on words at the right time? Maybe taking a public speaking class or joining Toastmasters could help you professionally. Again, remember, the oral exam really is about showing that you understand how to apply core concepts from your program. Do you know the vocabulary of your program? Are you using words properly and correctly? Are you showing critical thinking in the writing that you did for your comprehensive exam? And when you are presenting it, are you reminding your professors that you're a great critical thinker? Being flexible with our attitudes and having an open mind really is key. We don't always know what we don't know, but that's the job of the committee on your comprehensive exam, is for them to tell you how well you did so that you can benefit from the feedback that you'll be getting. So have integrity, have a positive attitude, and demonstrate the skill and mastery that your professors have asked for in the grading rubrics. There's no substitution for practicing. So make sure that you double check the grading rubric before you start your paper, while you're working on your paper, and while you are working on your slides for your presentation. Prepare with the goals of really showing mastery of core concepts of the program. Do you know what you know? Are you sure you know what you know? Double check the rubric. Double check the learning outcomes from your program. Make sure you review your class outcomes, as comprehensive exams probably are to show mastery of the core classes that you've taken. And again, review the rubric for success several times to make sure you have hit every point that your professors are looking for. And if you can, practice with an audience. Even if you have a pet like a dog or a cat, it's better than nothing at all. But if you have a friend or someone that you can trust to give you honest feedback about whether or not you sound like you know what you're talking about, that would be best. Some tips for doing your PowerPoint presentation. As a general rule, don't have more than 6 bullet points on a slide. And try to avoid having more than 6 words per bullet point. Never copy and paste a paragraph from your paper into a PowerPoint presentation. Remember, the PowerPoint presentations really are in place to help your observers see what you're going to be talking about, but you need to present the information. So have a clear outline with key ideas in your presentation, and even better yet, use images. Using images from various sources on the web can help illustrate what you're talking about on each slides. And then practice using each slides. Know how much time you have to present your presentation, and then practice meeting that time. The more practice you have, the more you'll know where you should be in your PowerPoint presentation at different marks. The more you practice, the better of an idea you're going to have at where you need to be as you give your presentation, and the more confidence that you'll gain. So keep these things in mind. Let me show you some sample slides from some real comprehensive oral presentations. Here are two slides. The slide on the left has a paragraph that was clearly copied and pasted from this student's paper. The slide on the right has similar concepts, but this author went on the web and found some images that best illustrate what she was going to present. Which one looks more professional to you? While you're presenting, remember you have a limited amount of time. Your professors have very busy lives and they really want to see you shine. So, when you are giving your presentation, these are 6 ideas for you to think about. Briefly, introduce yourself. Introduce an overview about what you're going to be talking about. Remember the old adage, tell us what you're going to tell us, then tell us what you are going to tell us, then tell us what you told us. That's a pretty good rule of thumb that helps you look polished, and it helps you keep in mind that people don't always remember what you say unless you put an emphasis on it and you prepare people for what you're going to say. Remember, your professors are people too, and they have your best interest in mind. So graciously thank your professors quickly, but graciously. Make sure that you know your content because you've practiced it. Be polished, don't read your slides, and be organized. Speak clearly, don't speak too fast, but don't speak too slowly either. You probably have quite a bit of content to go through if you are discussing comprehensive ideas from your whole program. So keep that in mind. Quality matters, and quantity matters too. So, in this example of the slide, don't copy and paste paragraphs. And don't read it very, very quickly because people may not be able to hear what you're saying. Or don't read it so slowly that people start to doze off and lose track of what you're saying. Remember, the slides are there to back up your presentations. Instead, make your slides clean with images and quick short bullet points that sound like this as you're presenting it. Leadership is important. One of the best things that leaders can do, as I've written and found in the research, that succession planning is key to maintaining the institutional knowledge that each leader has, to pass it down to keep the continuity in order for the organization to stay strong. In my research written in my comprehensive paper, I talked about executive coaching. In my paper, these 6 steps were brought out of what the best executive coaches do. And finally, in some organizations, according to insert author's name, mentoring can make the biggest difference in helping employees be more successful. As a matter of fact, according to my research, I found that when mentoring programs are in place, it actually saves the organization X amount of dollars due to lower turnover rates and greater job satisfaction levels. So, just some quick examples of how I would be presenting my research. What to expect during the oral exam? Well, it's wise for you to double check the grading criteria once more. How did you do in your preparation? Did you have enough content but not too much content, and do you really know what you're talking about? Remember, the comprehensive exam is going to be more than you just presenting your PowerPoint presentation. Your professors are going to ask you questions related to content of your program. So make sure you know what you're talking about. Have you reviewed the key theories and concepts from your program, especially those ones that are discussed in the grading rubrics on your oral exam, and also the comprehensive papers that you were required to write before your oral exam? Remember, your faculty members are on your side, but they're also representing the institution as judges, if you will, of success on understanding the content. Do you know what you know? Your professors probably know. Are you giving eye contact if you are having a face-to-face oral exam? You're looking your presenters in the eye, you're smiling because you're confident, you know what you're talking about because you've clearly practiced it and you've shown that this is an important milestone in your education. You take it seriously and you show respect for the organization that you're in because they care about you and you know they want you to be successful. Do not read your slides. These are not bullet points for you. These are bullet points for your audience to know what you're talking about. Make sure you know what you're talking about because you've practiced, you've gone back into the literature, you've looked at your papers from the classes that you've taken in the program along the way, and you recognize that there are some theories and concepts that they may ask questions about. Do you really understand the theories and core concepts? If they're in the rubric, they're probably fair game for your professors to ask you about, and it's your opportunity to show your expertise. We don't always know what we don't know, so double check the content. Be confident, speak clearly, answer your questions that are asked of you thoroughly, accurately, and succinctly. Stay within the time limit. Keep timing in mind, but know that your professors want to know, do you really know your stuff? And finally, moving forward, maximize your learning experience by being prepared. Make sure you're looking at the grading rubrics, that you are practicing over and over again so you know your research material inside and out. Staying positive and keeping a positive attitude can be contagious. It feels good when you know what you're talking about. Smile. Your body feels when you smile. Be open to feedback. Your professors want you to know what you don't know, and they probably, undoubtedly, have your back if they feel like you really know what you're talking about, and they could conscientiously give you a pass on your oral presentation. So be objective when you are listening to the feedback that you're getting. Be gracious and accept the feedback as a gift because your professors care. And know that when you're done presenting, your professors will most likely be talking about what they observed, be reviewing the grading rubrics, and comparing notes on how well you met their expectations. So give them something to talk about that you can be proud of. I hope this has been a helpful video. I wish you the very best of luck as you are doing your comprehensive exam. Again, you can't beat good preparation. Have a great day, because only you get to choose how you feel about it.